What up, Bucs fans? This is Michael Plus of Real Bucs Talk. Back today with another video. As you guys probably saw, my co-host Mark talk about why Todd Bowles should stay and why he wasn't fired. And today I'm going to propose the question: should he have been fired, or look at some reasons maybe why he should have been let go, and maybe just open up the spectrum and see what you guys think and just propose the question, throw it out there. Would have you started all over with a new staff going into this off season? Was there better candidates out there to hire? All those things, go into it. And Mark made some great points. Obviously, the late hire, starting March 30th, didn't really have time to assemble his own staff. Had to go into the season with the Bruce Arians staff and take over from there. There wasn't any, like Pewter Report said, wasn't any adjustments or proper communication between the both sides of the ball, and Byron Leftwich not listening to what was asked from Todd Bowles. So there was some dysfunction there. But let's look into it. And obviously, you see Todd Bowles there on the screen, a great smile as always. And he's been very productive as a defensive coordinator for this team. You see there on the screen, top five in takeaways and sacks over the last couple years. So he's really done a great job of making this defense pretty good, especially when they've had inconsistencies, especially in the front seven with their pass rush, and then also in the back end. So when you look at it, I mean, defensively, he is one of the best. I mean, he is a very good defensive coach, very good defensive mastermind. And, Mark talked about if they can get the right OC in here to fix that side of the ball, play complementary football, get a guy that can really take over the offensive side and control that unit and get it properly running. Because when you look at the stats here, we'll go to the next page, just not very good, especially on the offensive side. I mean, you only score 18.4 points per game. That was, near the bottom of the league. You're only allowing 21.1 points per game. That's pretty good, especially when you're in an offensive league as it is now, and teams know how to score points. The rules favor scoring, and, obviously the skill players are so talented. So to only allow 21 points per game, I mean, that is a credit to the defense. And obviously, it was a big reason why this team was where it was, and it was able to sneak into the playoffs at 8-9. But for me, when looking at it, the situation going into this offseason and just that dysfunction between the offense and the defensive side of the coaching staff, that shouldn't happen. And stuff like that, as a head coach, you got to be that leader and you got to make tough choices. And I know he was trying to fix things on that side of the ball, but it just wasn't working. So, yeah, I mean, I would have liked to see him make a move earlier and, maybe shake some things up. But again, like Pew Report and others have stated, didn't feel comfortable with the replacement in season for Byron Leftwich. Didn't think someone could step up and be better. So I get that. And then some of the clock management issues, not calling timeouts at the proper time, not being aggressive when you should. All those things factor in. But, also looking at it, he understood what his team was and didn't trust the offense enough to be aggressive at certain points. So I understand that. And he trusted his side of the ball more and thought they could make things happen. And, that's understandable. So I agree with Mark's points that he put out there in the video. And I'm willing to give Todd Bowles another chance, going into the 2023 season and see what happens. At least, or I should say, I have hope that he's going to be able to turn this around. And I really want him to be the guy because I do respect him as a defensive coach, and he is one of the better minds out there. Now it's just figuring out, can they get the offense corrected, get the right guys in here, and we'll see. And hopefully they can, turn things around. My only thing that I'm worried about is it's going to be tough when you look at this right here in the salary cap situation. You see they're 55 million over the cap space. There's going to be a lot of moves that are going to have to be made with, restructuring and finding out, what you can do to move money around to get under. And so there's going to be a new roster. There's going to be some turnover. And, we don't know who the quarterback's going to be. So my thinking I know it's only 1 year, but maybe just blow it up and bring in, a different staff, a different philosophy, and try to, really get the rebuild going. But, the Glazers usually give their guys at least 2 years to figure things out. And, Todd Bowles is getting that opportunity. So we'll see what happens. It's going to be, very interesting to see how everything shapes up and what direction they go into. So I'm hoping, they can pull this off and figure it out. And I think, you know, they have people in place that are capable. Now it's just about putting it all together, and, we'll see what happens. But so, those are just some of my thoughts that I was looking into, but I want to hear your guys' thoughts. Should Todd Bowles have been fired? Should they have started it over, blown it up a little bit, and really start to rebuild and reshape the roster to get younger, faster, and more dynamic on both sides of the ball? And that could still be the plan with Todd Bowles in place, and we'll just have to wait and see. With that said, please hit the like button if you like this video. Comment down below your thoughts of Todd Bowles and the coaching staff. Would you have blown it up and started fresh or started over? Who is some of the candidates you were looking at? Was there a better candidate to replace Todd Bowles? And let us know what you think, and what do you think of the direction of this team going into the offseason. And with that said, until the next one.